Hello everyone! Yay, I think we're live. I am live. If there's someone here, can you please tell me if you can hear me and see everything well? I would really appreciate that. Okay, here it looks like a good connection. Everything is green, which means good connections. Great. Okay, it's 7 p.m. Hello and good morning for our next gentle yoga session. I am Paulina. I'm an ISHTA Yoga teacher. I'm also a Yin Yoga and Yoga for Cancer teacher. And today we're gonna have a little class that is tailored for back bending and for healthy lumbar spine. Why is it so important? It's so important because we're sitting so much and the spine hates sitting position. So just to keep the spine straight and healthy, it's good to do a few poses that are connecting back bend with a bit of stretch and of course with mindful breathing. So this is what we're gonna do today. For the class, you might need one block and a bolster. If you don't have them, don't worry. You can easily just take, instead of a block, a book. And instead of the bolster, take your book and put a blanket or top or a towel. That's it. Yeah. And yeah, I think that's it. So let's start our class today. You might need this block and go into lying down in the preparation for your bridge pose. It's called a constructive rest. Spine is on the ground. You feel your lumbar part slightly rising up. Your thoracic lying on the ground. Nice and long neck. Feet are hip width wide. And now lift your heels, put them aside and bring your knees to touch. Hands are facing up and now close your eyes. And as you are lying here, let go of all the pain. Let go of all the tension, physical or mind, emotional tension. Check the condition of your spine. You might bring a scanner or laser up and down to scan your body for any places when you don't feel comfortable. If you feel like doing a little bit of wiggle or stretch here, yeah, feel welcome. And as you're lying here, start doing long, deep, mindful breaths. Feel that your belly is stretching in all directions. Then your chest, your ribs and your chest, upper chest. When you take a breath in. And slowly breathe out. You might open your mouth or just keep it through your nose. Nice and deep inhale, stretch all your belly, ribs, rib cage and upper rib cage as well. And nice and gentle exhale to release. If you have a block, you might also put this block on your belly just to see if your belly is rising up when you breathe in and breathe out. To make a nice workout for your diaphragm, we're not using the diaphragm well, we're sitting. It's a bit contracted due to curving your spine behind. So it's nice to stretch your spine and let your diaphragm work. And the best is to put something on your belly. It might be heavy or not that heavy if it's too much tension. And just feel how it's rising up and down. And after these few breaths, feel that your breath is long and cozy. You might make it lighter, more gentle. Keep your diaphragm working, but don't tense too much. Feel that your breath is happening even without your knowledge. Gently breathe in and out, in and out. You might keep your block or book on your belly or put it out so nothing physical is bothering you anymore. And when you are lying here, gently breathing, focusing your mind on your breath, on your body, scanning your spine. Lift your one hand and put on the middle of your chest, and the second hand on your first hand. So both of your hands are on your chest, level of your heart, your Anahata chakra. Chakra that is right in the middle, in between your Shiva and Shakti. Shiva, Shakti. So your logical mind and your feelings that you have in your guts. Just to keep you more human, your individual self into your Jiva Atman. And here let's chant once Om. For the beginning of our class, you may listen or chant with me. Take a deep breath in. Great. And then gently blink, open your eyes. Put your hands on your side, this time palms facing down. Keep your feet parallel and hip width wide. Now lift your toes, stretch them really wide and put one toe at the time so you find grounding from your feet down. Feel that your feet are kind of pushing into the earth, into the mat. And when you do it, start to flatten your lumbar spine and lift your tailbone slightly. Great. Inhale, release, and exhale, move your belly down, flatten all your belly and lumbar spine into the ground. Great. Inhale and exhale, feet are in the ground. Great. The last time, inhale and exhale to flatten your lumbar. Now keep rising your tailbone up, and with your next inhale, one vertebrae at a time, rise your spine, your pelvis up toward the sky. Keep your feet and knees parallel so they don't go on the side. Great. Push your elbows down to give you a slightly lighter lift. Great. And exhale, go down one vertebrae at a time. Find your lumbar arch. Inhale. Exhale, flatten. Lift your tailbone. Next inhale, start rising up. Stay here for one breath. Exhale, inhale. And go down one vertebrae at a time. And one more time. Inhale. Exhale, flatten. Then inhale, go up. Stay here for 2 breaths. You might bend your elbows to push down and rise even higher. Great. One more inhale and exhale, go all the way down. Great. This time bring your knees to your chest and rock slightly side to side to give your lumbar spine a nice nourishes massage. Great. And then roll on your left side. When you exhale, inhale, lift your right hand and exhale, put it on your side. Your left hand might be on your knees just to give you a slightly push into your twist. Inhale and exhale. Next inhale, come back to your ball on the side and inhale, rise up. One more time, rock side to side, nice massage for your spine. And we do the same on the second side. Exhale, go into a ball. Inhale, rise your left hand, put it on the side. Right hand keeps your knees together. If you can't put your hand on the ground, don't you worry. It's gonna happen at one point. Me, I have some more over here, so I have to adjust. Great. Inhale and exhale, go into your ball, but this time slightly push to come up. Keep your knees on your left, sit on your right butt, and then bring your left hand on the side. Inhale, rise your right, and exhale, make a slight gentle bend to your left. We're stretching and releasing tension from the right side. Yeah, the side that is more muscular, more solar, that you may feel more like tensing to get toward your desires. Great. And then inhale, come up and make another stretch. Look behind toward your right shoulder. Great. Come to your front, bring your hands back and swing your feet to your left. No, to your right, sorry. Right hands down. Inhale, rise your hand and exhale, side bend. Stretch all your left side. Feel that your left sit bone is pushing down toward the ground and left hand is stretching more on the side than down. Great. This hand is light. And inhale to come to your stretched spine and twist to your left. Great. And then come on your hands and knees, all fours. And let's do some cat and calm to stretch the spine in the front and back plane. Inhale, lift your head and tailbone up toward the sky. And exhale, bring them down and your navel is rising up. Inhale, exhale. 2 more times. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Then come to your all fours. Stretch your right leg behind you. Push your heel behind so we can stretch the calf as well. Keep your navel tucked in and stretch the crown of your head toward the front. Exhale, knee to your chest. Inhale, push back behind you. Exhale, knee to your chest. And one more time, inhale, exhale. But this time put your foot in front and make a nice massage for your pelvis. Feel that the muscles and fascia bones are sliding on each other, creating space and warmth. You may lift your hands like me or keep them down. Great. And then bring your pelvis down, your front knee over your ankle. By the way, if it's coming in front of your foot, then make what I call a worm to bring your ankle under your knee. Great. Slightly push to come into Anjayasana, the rising moon pose. Inhale, keep your tailbone down. Tuck your navel in, and with your exhale, release going down. Find a nice stretch of your iliopsoas muscle. It's the muscle that it's usually tensed, and this tension is causing some problems and usually tension, disability of your lumbar spine. Keep a nice and open breath. When the iliopsoas is tight, also your diaphragm is tight. So it's good to stretch this muscle, at least from time to time. Great. And then release your hands. And bring your pelvis back behind you. Stretch your front leg. You may rise your feet up, flexing the foot. Great. And come back to your all fours. This time bring your both knees into all fours. And come to your half plank. Keep your belly nicely tucked, engaged. One line from your knees to the crown of your head. Exhale, go down. Inhale, go to a baby cobra, which means to go as high as you can do without using your hands. Then put your hands down, and with your next exhale, rise even higher, not using your hands. Great. Exhale, go down, release. One more time, baby cobra, but this time give yourself a little push to rise higher. Keep your shoulders down, stretch your neck, and exhale, go into your child's pose for 3 breaths. Then rise your head and come back to your all fours. The same on the second side. Stretch your left, heel back, stretching the calf, tag your navel, lift your crown of the head to your front, exhale, knee to your chest. Stretch, knee to your chest. Last time, inhale and exhale. Then put your foot in the front and make a nice massage and nourishing your pelvis circles right and left. And then bring your knee front. You might wiggle your toes toward the front so the knee and ankle are in one line. Inhale and rise up. Keep your chest nicely aligned so you stretch both of your sides at the time. Navel tuck, tailbone down so you rise a bit higher. And exhale, nice and long stretch of your iliopsoas muscle. Keep some nice nourishing breaths. Your chest wide, crown of the head rising up. Great. And then bring your hands down. Stretch your pelvis behind. You may lift your left foot. Keep your spine straight. Push your sit bones back behind you. Try to flatten your lumbar. Great. And come back to your front. Hands down. Knee next to your knee. Inhale, half plank. Exhale, down. Inhale, come to your full cobra. So pubic bone is lying on the mat. Shoulders are down. And crown of the head reaching up. Great. One more time, child's pose for 3 breaths. Come back to your all fours. Tag your toes. Bring your pelvis on your feet and rise up into downward facing dog. I'm really sorry, but I think you might hear too much because of my mic. Now it should be better. Great. One more time, keep your navel in. Stretch your spine from your hands toward the sit bones. Sit bones are reaching back behind you. Yeah, great. And shoulder blades are moving away from each other to stretch also your thoracic spine. Start to wiggle your heels. One heel goes down at a time. I call it to walk your dog. And bring this walking sensation toward your hands. Feet parallel to each other, facing front. Nice and loose spine. Then next inhale, bend your knees. Rise your chest and come into chair pose, Utkatasana. Great. Exhale, go down and stretch your sit bones back up toward the sky. Inhale, chair. And exhale, Uttanasana, forward bend. 2 more times. Inhale and exhale. And the last time. Inhale, exhale. Then bend your knees slightly. Inhale and lift your spine halfway up, so we're parallel to the floor. Push your hands on your thigh and stretch your spine toward the front. You might stretch your knees, but try not to overstretch them. Nice engaged belly. Great. And exhale one more time down. And with your next inhale, come all the way up. Bring your hands to touch and then to your chest. Great. Now we're gonna do a bit of locust pose, but standing locust. So we stretch the front of the belly a bit more and work out with the lumbar. I'm gonna do it side and back behind you so you can see how your shoulder blades should work in this pose. Okay. So first, stay nice and tall. You might stand in your Tadasana, so feet together, slightly a little breaking between your heels, or Samastiti, which means hip width wide. Then bring your hands to touch and interlace your fingers, or if it's too hard for you, you might also hook your thumbs in this kind of fashion. Now bring your elbows as close to each other. Great. But keep your belly nicely tucked in. So we're not doing this. No, if you see me, no, it's not this. It's more just this. And then start to slide your hands down, belly nicely tucked in. Rise your sternum up and look up toward the sky. This is a super nice standing locust pose. So as you see, from here down, I'm nicely engaged. It's elongating the lumbar spine, working out the muscles. Great. And release. But keep your hands together, Because right now, when your hands are interlaced, just change one finger. If you hooked your thumbs, try another fashion. And this time the same, so bring your elbows together, belly nicely tucked in, and slide down, lift your sternum up toward the sky. Great, tailbone is looking down as well. Smile. I know it's not an easy pose, but it's really giving you a lot of release. And release, great. You might shake your hands, wiggle a bit to release this stretchy sensation that we do via yoga. Okay, let's do a bit of balancing exercise. It's going to be a tree pose. Find your feet parallel to each other, stretch your fingers to find nice balance in between the right and left. And then stand on your right leg, lift your left knee and move your knee on the side, but not completely on the side, in a place when your hips are still facing front. So as you see here, my hips are turning left. I want them to stay front. Put your foot on your thigh or under your knee, whatever is more comfortable for you, and bring your palms to touch. Smile. It's gonna give you better balance when you smile, I promise. And if it's easy for you, start to bring a little vinyasa. When you inhale, lift your hands up toward the sky, stretch your whole body, and exhale down toward your chest. Inhale up, exhale down. The last time, inhale and exhale. Great. Bring your left foot down, stretch your toes, find your nice balance on your left, lift your right, again to your side until your hips are facing front. Whoa, a bit out of balance. Find your balance on your left, foot goes on your thigh or under your knee, hands together to touch. Stretch your spine from your heel toward the crown of your head, hands slightly pushing each other. If it's easy, start with little vinyasa. Inhale, rise your hands up and exhale down toward your chest. Inhale up and down to your chest. Last time, inhale up and down to your chest. Great. Bring your foot down. You might shake your feet. Sometimes you might feel like a moving up and down sensation, like arms going up and down. It really helps. Okay, come toward the front of your mat. Inhale and stretch your hand up toward the sky. You might close them here, tuck them together, or just parallel to each other. Look up. And with your exhale, swan dive toward your Uttanasana, forward one. Inhale, come halfway up. And exhale, put your hands down, bend your knees, and go straight toward your downward facing dog. Find a nice stretched line from the crown of your head toward your sit bones. And then lift your right foot. Try to keep your pelvis parallel. We're not opening the pelvis. Lift your foot as high as you feel comfortable. And exhale, come up. And bring your foot in between your hands. Inhale and rise up. Find nice high lunge pose. Then bring your hands behind you, your thumbs making hooks or interlace your fingers. Find nice stable pose, tuck your navel in, keep your front foot nicely balanced on your mat, and then slide your hands down toward the ground, open your chest. Great. One more inhale and exhale. Another nice inhale, and with your exhale, bring your belly on your thigh and release your head. You might lift your hands up. Great. Then release your hands, put them down on your mat. Come into your plank pose. Inhale, stretch from your heels toward the crown of your head, and exhale, go down. Inhale, cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. And we repeat the same on the second side. First, inhale your left foot. Keep your navel nicely tucked. Hips facing down, no opening. Exhale, knee to your chest and make a nice step with your left. Then inhale toward your high lunge. Knee nicely aligned with your ankle and foot. Navel tucked in. Great. You should feel here stable and powerful. Yep. Then interlace your fingers or make hooks and do the second fashion. So change your fingers or change your hooks. Inhale, slide your hands down, lift your chest. And exhale, go down. Then inhale, release your hands, bring them down. Exhale, find your plank pose. Inhale in plank, stretch. Exhale, release, go down. And stay here for a moment. Bring your hands in front, elbows front. Elbows are as far as you can touch your opposite elbow. And push from your elbows up so the crown of your head is reaching toward the sky. Then have a feeling that your shoulder blades want to stretch on the side as much as you can. And stretch your neck, right and left side. And now have a feeling that your elbows want to come closer to your belly. It's going to create a little tension in your belly like Uddiyana Bandha, but this is what is good for your lumbar. When you release, you're kind of crunching your lumbar and want to stretch it. Great. Stay here for another 3 breaths. You might move your neck a bit right and left if you feel some tension. You might yawn or open your mouth really wide to release tension also in your jaw. Some tension from your lumbar might be also in your jaw. It's all connected. And then bring your elbows on the side. Head on your forehead on your hands and stay here for a few breaths. Gently wiggle here. It's going to help you a lot. And then we're going to go into upward facing dog. This position might be really comfortable if you use a bolster. So if you have one, please take it right now and put it more or less when we have the diaphragm. So a bit closer and then down. You might feel that your pelvic bones, pubic bone are really going down into your mat. And now bring your hands in front and slightly push in. Great. And now you might do it with your toes stacked or down. I really like it when it's stacked. Lift slightly and then find like a little push to rise up from this bolster. If it's hard, stay here and just be in your cobra pose for a nice opening. Another breath in and out, go down. Yeah, we're gonna stay on the bolster. You're gonna see why. Then come back into your Sphinx pose. You're gonna see it's all super nice with the bolster. Now lift your one leg at the time. Flex your foot and rise your heel up toward the sky. Yeah, great. Release and down. The same with your second lift. Flex your foot and go up toward the sky. Great. Now we do it with both of your feet together. Up, flex, up toward the sky. Great, and release. And the last time we're gonna try to come to the same pose, but reach up with your hands. If your hands are not touching, you're not there, then come to this pose. Try to reach up. If you can, grab your feet. The best are your ankles, and then move your feet away from your chest to give you a nice push into a bow pose, Dhanurasana. And then release. Go back into lying on your bolster. If you want, you might repeat the same asana again. So rise your feet, grab them with your hands, and go back. If it's too much for you, then come to your all fours and come into child's pose, but this time use this bolster like that in between your legs to slowly put your belly down, your hands down, and release all your spine. So the tension that we just created, this workout that your lumbar spine did, we slowly adjust it to our body, we release it. If you don't have a bolster, you can also do child's pose without it. And then if you used one cheek, go on the second. You might close your eyes. And gently release. Then open your eyes, bring your hands closer to your knees, and slowly move up one vertebrae at a time until you come back into sitting on your heels. Let the pressure adjust. After very physical back bends that Dhanurasana is, the bow pose is, it's good to keep yourself nice and balanced so the energy flows, not like a thunderbolt, but more like a nice wave of the ocean. Okay, slide your bolster back to its place and come sitting on your sit bones. Keep your knees parallel to each other, facing front. Once again, push your toes down to feel grounding through your feet. Hands parallel to the ground. Then push your navel in and go one vertebrae at a time until you find yourself back again on the mat. Bring your right knee to your chest. You might flex the foot. And with your exhale, bring your tailbone away from your knee and the knee closer to your belly. If it's easy, start to stretch your left. Foot is nicely aligned and tucked toward the sky. Inhale and exhale. One more time, inhale and exhale. Bhavamuktasana. And then keep your left hand on your right knee and move it to your left. Stretch your right hand on the mat and look at your hand. Great. Back to the middle. Move both of your knees to your chest and rock side to side. And we do the same on the left. Right foot on the mat, flex your left. Exhale, knee to your chest, but move your pelvis away from your knee. Start stretching your right. If your leg is here bent because you can't stretch it, keep your foot on the mat. It's gonna come at one point. And then keep your right hand on your knee. Move to your right, stretch your left, look at your left hand. Come back to your middle, both knees to your chest and move side to side. Then flex both of your feet. Grab your ankles, your big toes, or the other side of your feet and move the knees away. Rock here, happy baby pose. Okay, great. And bring your feet together, knees together, and go into your Shavasana. Stretch your hands, your legs. Close your eyes, finding a comfortable position. Find the same long, nourishing breath that you had at the beginning of a class. Breathe easy and gentle. Have a feeling that your breath is moisturizing your inner body with fresh prana, your energy. Each exhale is releasing toxins from your body, from your mind, and from your soul. And then find the last exhale that is releasing the rest of what's not serving you. Finding inner peace and allowing yourself to just be here and now. And after these few breaths in complete silence, start to wiggle your fingers and your toes, then your ankles and your wrists, head side to side. Stretch a bit right side, left side. Bring your knees to your chest again, rock side to side. Then move on one side And stay here in a fetal pose for another breath or two. With your eyes closed, push your mat away and come into sitting with your eyes closed and hands touched together in front of your chest. Next, inhale, stretch your spine. Exhale, bow your chin to your chest. The mind bows your heart. And let's finish with one Om. Listen or chant with me. Stay with your eyes closed, listening, some bowl singing, and by the end, open your eyes and raise your gaze. And I want to thank you so much for being here with me. If you're watching with me live or if you're just seeing it after, thank you so much. Remember to be gentle to yourself, but always to open the heart area, because this is where our soul lives. This is where you feel. This is actually where you have a lot of fascia and nervous sac around your heart. One more time, thank you. If you want to help me raising money for my yoga classes, you can join my Patronite site. I know it's Polish because, well, I'm Polish, but it starts with like $2 a month just to help me rise, get better equipment for the yoga, and just help you be a better person. Thank you, thank you, thank you. See you next week. Hari Om Om Tat Sat. Namaste. Bye bye.